G'day and welcome to Glasshouse Country. These short talks will be on two of the early explorers who were associated with our area. Glasshouse Country can reflect on a number of periods in our history, ranging from the geological origins of our mountains through to the most recent listing on the National Heritage Database. Each of these periods is a story in itself, but today we are to visit the period that helped in developing and naming our district, and indeed our country, that we now enjoy, that of early European exploration. Two of these explorers, come navigator cartographers, were James Cook and Matthew Flinders. Cook and Flinders had in common a number of attributes. A, both were commissioned first lieutenants in the Royal Navy. B, they were commanders of their own ships, His Majesty's bark Endeavour and His Majesty's sloop Investigator. C, both left their mark in naming our place in our country. Cook named the Glasshouses, and Flinders was the first to use the name Australia. Unfortunately, both died premature deaths during or as a result of their efforts. Cook at 50 years, killed at Hawaii during his third voyage in 1779, and Flinders at 40 years died at home in 1814. Today, we are going to concentrate on James Cook. Now, James Cook earned a second-to-none reputation as a cartographer and as a navigator in mapping the St. Lawrence River in Canada to help the British defeat the French at Quebec. In 1768, he left England on the first of three voyages to the Pacific. On the first voyage, he and a party of scientists were to observe the transit of Venus at Tahiti in June 1769. Following that task, his sealed orders required him to search for Terra Australis Incognita, the supposed southern continent. After circumnavigating and mapping New Zealand, he continued to sail west until on the 19th of March 1770, his second lieutenant, Zachary Hicks, sighted our continent at what is now called Point Hicks on the south coast of East Gippsland, Victoria. Cook then commenced his voyage of discovery up the east coast of the newly found continent that he was to name New South Wales. During his journey north, Cook was always alert to naming specific landmarks or harbours that would benefit future mariners or explorers. Such was the case on May the 17th, 1770. After rounding Cape Morton, he thought that the opening to Moreton Bay may have been the mouth of a large river. However, due to inclement weather and prevailing winds, he could not investigate further, but noted in his journal how the region could be located in the future. A good example of this is that in his journal he stated that at latitude 26 degrees 53 minutes south, there were 3 hills inland that could be used as a landmark. He stated that the hills are very remarkable on account of their singular form of elevation, which very much resemble glass houses, which occasioned me giving them that name. The glass houses he was referring to were the conical-shaped glass furnaces or kilns in his native Yorkshire, which were known throughout Europe as the English glass houses. A draftsman, when later compiling maps, added the word mountains, which gave us the name we know today as the Glasshouse Mountains. The 3 peaks he referred to would have been Tibbergargan, Bewer and Coonarin. On his way back to England, after the completion of his first voyage to the east coast of Terra Australis, which he named New South Wales, Cook sailed by Batavia, now called Jakarta, where his crew contracted an illness that eventuated in the death of 28 of them, including Lieutenant Hicks. He eventually reached England on the 13th of July 1771, where the Admiralty subsequently promoted him to captain. That concludes our explorer talk on James Cook. Our next talk will be on that of Matthew Flinders.